another bond. It is used in the United States. As a matter of fact, in the United States, what they have what they call it as bonds, and it is divided between three parties. You have the owner, you have also the contractor, and you have what they call it as surety. Surety is just like an insurance company. The bond itself, the bond is given by the surety to the owner, okay, to say that I have investigated this contractor and I am sure. It's just like an endorsement, okay? But what will happen? If the contractor fails to fulfill his requirement, then I will be responsible. I'll find somebody else to do it for you. But after that, the surety will go after the contractor. It is similar to insurance. If you are insuring your car, right? If you make an accident, the insurance company will pay for that, but they are not going to go after you. They will increase your premium maybe later on. But in the surety or in the bond, if the contractor fails, the surety will pay, and he will go after the contractor to retain his money. And then there is another thing that also is very interesting that it does not exist over here. Maybe we can think about it maybe in the لجنة المقاولين, what they call it as payment bond. Sometimes the contractor fails to pay for his employees. The idea of this, okay, the idea of this is in the United States, this is the idea that they have. What they have, they say the contractor, the supplier, the labor, and everybody, they are participating in building something, this project. So they own, everybody owns part of this. The labor owns part of the project, so they are partners. At the end of the month, when you pay them, or at the end of the month, when the owner pays the contractor, that means he is buying whatever is being completed. And at the same time, when the contractor gets the money and he pays for the laborers that he is buying their share in the project. If the contractor does not pay for the labor, this is in the United States, not here, they have the right to go to the court and ask for closure of the project. And you believe it, they will close the project and it might go for auction. They will auction it in order to get the money and pay it to the laborers. That's why it is required that another person to give an endorsement to say that the contractor will pay for his labor. No. شركة الكهرباء مش مفعل.
شركة الكهرباء العقد بيقول لك لما تسلم فواتيرك بتجيب لك اثبات انك دفعت رواتب الموظفين.
But by the way, if you are going to go through FIDIC, all of this is going to be there. But this is really good, at least to give some kind of a feeling for the workers. You can make a foreclosure. You can make a foreclosure. Yeah. There are certain things, but I have seen it in certain projects. It depends on the owner, honestly. If you are a contractor and you think this is the only source for you, it's the only person that is going to give you the project, sometimes you will accept the delay of your payment for 1 month, 2 months, and 3 months. But this will give you some kind of an experience, and you will see it, how you are going to calculate for it, because this is going to be as an additional cost to you. You can see that also you are paying for the insurance, for worker compensation, public and property damages, and the owner protective. All of this, it should be considered and added. Project finance cost. Here you go. And the project finance cost.
أنا أعتقد هذه إذا كان في قناعة عند البنوك إنه once إنه دائما صاحب المشروع يتأخر. مثلا الدولة. إذا كان البنوك هي تعمل فاينانس، وأنا أعتقد إنه بعض البنوك تسوي الشغلات هذه، لكنها تسويها المقاولين غير مقاولين. ما عندهم تسهيلات كبيرة جدا، والدفع مستمر وما في مشكلة. قد ربما من الحاجات اللي اذا كان في تاخير من وزاره الماليه او من جهه يكون في اتفاق مع البنوك انه يعني مهم المرتبات والماتيريال والشغلات لانها داخل المشروع. فدي قد ربما من الاشياء اللي ممكن احنا نطرحها مع البنوك.
But there is another thing that also from the side of the contractor they have to do. And this is we're talking about the preparation of the cost estimate. You have to look at the cash flow. And if you look at the cash flow, how you are projecting that, there are two things. One is your revenue and the expenditure. And the way that it is done in the construction industry, maybe over here in the government you are paid like 20% at the front and you don't need a lot of finance, right? So this kind of finance is not there. But if there are projects that you are not going to get any money at the front, so you will be paid like 1 month after you start. And when you are paid, you are not paid in total of the total value. There is some kind of retention. They will retain a certain amount, 5-10%. Then you will have an overdraft. That's me. At the end, you would need more money. And this more money that you would need, either you pay it from your pocket as a contractor, or you are going to borrow it from a bank. If you borrow it from a bank, or you use your own money, then there is a charge for it. Either way. So the cost, this is, first of all, in order to see what is the proper cost for it, you have to see what is the amount of money that you need. Right? And this is where it's the contractor. I'm talking about the medium size, small contractors. If you want to do it, you have to look at the cash flow, how the cash flow is going to be over the life of the project, and see what is the overdraft, what is the amount of money اللي تحتاجها على أساس إنك أنت تمول المشروع. One of the basic things that I have seen, and this is a very important for small and medium sized contractors. First of all, one, whenever you have a project, let the project finance itself. Don't say, well, I'm short, I have to take from another project. This is a mistake. This is a big mistake. Because once you have a problem in one project and you start withdrawing from the account of another project, the other project will suffer. And instead of having one project suffering, you will have 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then you will have chaos within your organization. So be careful about that. Okay? And you look at this, the contractor pays bill for labor material before owner pay for the performed work. Owner retain, like what I said, and owner retain some of the amount due to the contractor until the completion of the project. The difference is covered by the contractor either from his own money or from a bank. A project finance cost is direct cost for a project. In order to calculate the project finance cost, it's preparation for the project plan. So you have to prepare the project plan in order to see what is the probable cash flow in and cash flow out. Okay? I think this is the last slide. No. The project plan is either you make it as, most of the time we will make it as a CPM. And when we are using CPM, either you are using Primavera or you are using Microsoft plan or whatever. But this is going to give you the flow of all the activities, and then that you will be able to do whatever they call it as the financial projection. There are others, just like supervision, temporary office, temporary toilets, temporary water, inventory cost, cleanup, building permits, all of those. They should be considered as part of the overhead, the job overhead. The cost, there are two methods. One, either you can say it's a % of the rate, and this is not accurate, but you have to list items and price separately. You have to list all the items that will be required for this. As I told you, first of all, what is, for instance, your trailer or the home office, how much does it cost? You have to list it in front of it. The expectation for the amount of water that is going to be used, the utilities, everything that you can think of, you have to put it, but it have to be realistic. Don't make it to the high side, don't make it to the low side, but be realistic in order to come up with an overhead cost that will be recovered at least. Okay? Thank you, gentlemen, and if you have any question, I'll be more than happy to answer them.
latest software for estimation.
حياك الله يعافيك أهلا وسهلا.
Some of the companies they're using Timberline.
Okay.
So is there any development in this technology for cost estimation software in the future?
Now the question is, what kind of software that you are using? Some of the companies, they are using what they call it as Timberline. Some of them, they are using spreadsheets. It doesn't matter what kind of method that you are using. All of those softwares just like spreadsheets. And those spreadsheets, they will enable you just to make the calculation. But the concept of cost estimation, it is not going to be captured in the computer itself. So you have to make sure that, okay? Keep that in mind. The software is a system that will help you in calculating the numbers. Any other question? Thank you, gentlemen, for your time, and I hope that I have contributed at least that much to your knowledge. Thank you.
مازن الشملة مدير إدارة قطاع المقاولات غرفة الشرقية. بالنسبة للتواصل المستقبلي إن شاء الله في عدة محاضرات زي ما قال الأستاذ الوابل نائب رئيس لجنة المقاولات إنه في محاضرات قادمة إن شاء الله بتكون بنقدمها لكم هنا في الغرفة التجارية ممثلة بلجنة المقاولات. فللتواصل إن شاء الله فضلا بتعرفة النموذج التقييم أو التسجيل إذا عفيتوا أعطيتونا البزنس كارد نتواصل وياكم مستقبلا. وفيه كذا منتج إن شاء الله لجنة المقاولات تعمل عليه إن شاء الله في السنة هذه والسنة القادمة إن شاء الله بتكون يعني. نهاية نشكر الدكتور علي شاش وياريت المهندس طارق نائب رئيس اللجنة. شكرا لكم جزيلا وبنرسل لكم اياه ان شاء الله على الايميلات وراح تلقونه على اليوتيوب. ترى الفيديو موجود على اليوتيوب ان شاء الله ان شاء الله. حاطينها بالاسبان ان شاء الله.